Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Gems of War stream. So today, of course, we got ourselves the Bounty Hunter event. Haven't actually gotten the Bounty Troop yet, or they should say the Bounty Captain, but it is this thing right over here. It gets to either entangle the first two enemies, or give half mana to the first two allies. So basically, this will be used as a support troop. Like all goblins, it does have an extra turn attached to it. So you're either going to be able to use it for a mana accumulator method or as a hard counter to being hit by skulls, as most things should not end up having the immune to entangle there. It's pretty much the only real benefit that it ends up getting, other than the normal standard, bounty little bonus. You do have to use her this week, as she is the bounty captain. So if you are buying up packs, you would likely have a higher multiplier with her than you would with anything else. Like we normally would, we will be buying one pack less, so that we can go and simply just upgrade it with a Orb of Ascension in order to save 400 gems. And that's pretty much the game plan here. So we just go all the way to tier 5, use a blue orb on it, she'll be maxed, we get all of the stuff, and we're pretty much good to go. And what's perfect is the emoji pack actually goes all the way to that point as well, so we'll be able to get all the stuff up to that point and be good to go. But anyways, let's go get them, so we can go and start doing some bounty hunter, as that will be a good majority of what we end up doing this stream. And let's get all of our points through this game mode, pretty much until we run out of sigils, and go from there. Which should be actually all rewards. I believe it's possible to reach all rewards. With 4 times now, it is actually possible on the Friday with tier 5 to reach all rewards, if I'm not mistaken. Anyways, so now we go for the tier 5, and this is the last pack we should need to do. This should be enough to get it to legendary, and then we save 400 gems by using a single blue orb there, and we'll go for that. So we'll go to the upgradable, go right over to here. Where'd it go? Upgradable. And this will bring it up to legendary. And then the final one will be upgraded by a orb. And then we'll go to orb, use a small ascension. Do we want to go to mythic? Of course. And there we go. We now have it maxed. Now I just level the rest, trait the rest, and it is good to go for bounty hunter. And that saves us 400 gems. And as long as you don't lose any battles, that is plenty enough battles to get the entirety of the event done. Even more so. And that also gives us another star in Zacian, as I mentioned on Monday. We do get 18 stars Zacian this week, and of course we had 17 all this week. However, there's our 18, as we can now get. So yes, it is now possible to have 18 star Zacian. This doesn't really help too much, but I believe it does give a higher tribute chance. Oh no, it's tribute reward. The first one did give tribute chance, but no, that's just tribute reward. Nice one's not till 19 right there. But still making progress nonetheless. Also, my offers today were horrible. I keep getting crafting material. This one's really bad value. Really, really bad value. But, yeah, we've been getting some pretty bad offers lately. Or I have. Obviously, it's different for everyone. I think that's the same as the useless adventure board we have today, which is very, very little loot. At least we got a little bit of glory. I guess it's better than nothing. But, pretty bad overall. Anyways, my medal setup is actually set up for Guild Wars. How is our Guild War Defend doing, by the way? Hopefully it's won at least once today. Let's see. Hey, it has. It's 1-2 right now, which is tied with the other day right over there. But yeah, it's at 1-2. Though that might go down a little bit more because I need to go change my banner, or my medal setup. Well, first things first, let's figure out what team we're going to be using, and probably pin it to the stream as well for anyone who's coming in a little bit later. Also, hello everyone. They even say hello to everyone. Yeah. Hello, Leonardo. Hello, Foro. Hello, Hajeri. Hello, Ricardo. Hello, Demead. Hello, name in Russian I have no clue how to pronounce. And hello, Jack. Welcome, Jack Daniels. Let's see. Is combination of Shelia, Verskea, and Rowan a good peer for fighting against high-level members? Because you're level 193, and you defeated level 1,100 members using Shield of Verskea into Rowan. Yeah, Shield of Verskea into Rowan is extremely, extremely good for upscaling. You can kill pretty much any team in the entire game, theoretically, with it. As long as your hero can survive long enough to get the buffs off on Rowan, and then you just cast Rowan once or twice. Yeah, you can kill almost any battle in the entire game with it. It's not the most efficient thing to always do necessarily in a battle, but if you just do that combination with a bunch of supporting troops like Leprechaun, like Harpy Mage, pretty much anything that can give it a bunch of mana accumulation, it'll end up working insanely well. But yes, you can pretty much run it against any battle. You can run it in PvP and fight people like 10 times your level and probably still win, because that's one of the whole points of Verskea Shield, into Rowan is that it does upscale to any amount of stats. Doesn't matter what their stats are. It will increase in strength based on how strong your enemy is. So even if you have low stats, it basically automatically makes up for it pretty well. Also, hello Drac Savage, hello Pat Boy, and hello Rammerford. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, so let's go build up a team. What do we overwrite for now? Let's go overwrite some of the Delve teams from earlier, since we're not really going to be needing these anymore. These were the Delve teams from Tuesday's event. Oh, actually, there's the one of the teams I was just talking about. Shioda, Verskia, Rowan, Harpy Mage, and Leprechaun. Anyways, where were we? Let's go and get our bounty in. So if you want to know where your bounty troops are, just type in the word bounty, and it's literally just all of these. Currently, no other troop actually has the word bounty in it right now, so works out quite conveniently. So let's go upgrade this thing. I guess we'll medal it too. Generally speaking, when it comes to bounty troops and rares, bounty troops are the best rares that you could be upgrading, so we might as well. We already got it max, so we can, if we so choose, and we definitely have enough of them. We have 18 right now. So let's go through 1, we'll go through 2, and then we'll go through a medal, and boom. And from that, it'll end up gaining a nice little mix of 4 armor, 4 HP, and 4 magic. Does it even use magic, though? Hold up, do you even have a magic stat that you use? You don't. So all it is a little bit of durability. Really? It actually gains such a small benefit from being upgraded. Do we really want to upgrade it? That is such a small benefit. I'm not sure. Do we really feel like we'll be using her beyond this point? I might not just not upgrade her. That's only 8 durability. That is so small. Because she doesn't use her magic for anything. I don't foresee us really using her into the future. So you know what? I'm actually not going to medal her. Okay. Let's go and get a bounty team in. So obviously we need Tagraki. That's like automatic. So put Tagraki in here. We have to use her because she's the bounty captain, so she gains extra bonus. And now we just need mana accumulation. Do we want to go down the turtle route? It covers yellow. Converts color to brown. Barrier, submerge, random. I'll probably go for it. Actually, I kind of want to use it in front of Goblin. And then use it to a tank in front of Tagraki. Then have Tagraki in the safest location. And then we just get a good purple mana accumulator who can be an excavator if we so choose. And I think from there we are pretty much just good to go. And we just run a double brown into maybe a +1 red. Or double brown into a +1 purple so we can get his mana a little bit better. That actually sounds like the better deal. Let's see, what color are we not using? Or are we using every color? We are. We can minus green. I don't really feel like we'll be using our ability too much. Let's see. The only problem is... Oh, actually, no, that would still work. Never mind. Okay. So, yeah, I'm actually going to minus our green, oddly enough. So what's a good minus green banner that actually fits the colors we need right now? Let's see. I need +2 brown. Okay, you know what? We're just going to go literally just +2 brown at this point. We're not getting a good -1. So +2 brown it is. Where is it? There it is. Okay, I'm just going to go standard +2 brown. Don't need anything special. And we'll rename this to Bounty. I should probably make it with her name. With a goblet. Let's see, is that how you spell her name? Goblet. Yes, there we go. Okay. So we'll go and copy that. Let me go put this in the chat for any of you that need it later. I'm pretty sure this is the team we'll be running the entire time. I'm pretty sure. Hero class, of course, doesn't matter on it. Let me go find my stream. Let's see. Hey, it actually let me go directly to my channel for once. So we'll go to my channel, go to the stream, pause it so it doesn't play an ad. Let's see. Leave a like on it. Definitely feel free. And let's see. Where's the chat? Why is it all the way down here? Where'd it go? YouTube, why are you hiding my chat? There it is. Let's see. Bounty. Let's see. Team for Bounty Hunter. Boom. There we go. There we go. And now let me pin it for anyone who gets here later. There we go. And that's what we're using all stream pretty much for most of the Bounty Hunter. We might revamp it slightly. But as it currently stands, that is likely what we'll be running for this event. Okay, there we go. X out of that. And let's go and head right over here. There we go. Okay, let's go and do this now. Oh, I don't have it on copy paste now that I just copied the whole thing. Why did I copy the whole thing? But get that. Grab that. Guild. Not guild. Games. We'll be doing that later. Guild Wars. That's for tonight, not right now. And let's start getting into this with our full 14 times. Oh no, 14 times. Whoops. What am I doing? I was gonna say, why is that wrong? There we go. Our full 30 times bonus. We don't want a 24 times. Give us that full bonus. That's what happens when you don't use the bounty captain, by the way. If you didn't use the bounty captain and you just use like all maxed out things, it would just be a 24 times, not a 30 times, because bounty captain gains double the effect. There we go. And we have enough sigils now to get through the entirety of the event. Got everything set up, and I think we are good to go then. I don't think we need to change up anything else. And then we just go Tagraki spam. Just go right into that really quick Tagraki. And then just go kill and kill to kill. As Tagraki is insanely good. Though there is one other thing I do want to go do. And that's just a little bit of a metal revamp here. I believe we're going for 20% into 8 magic. Though I might revamp that. But I think that's what we're going to go for now. Maybe we'll get some seasons or something in there. I feel like for now that's the metal setup we'll run. Okay, anything else we need to change up? Let's see. Oh, so hello Nathan! Welcome and thank you. Greatly appreciated. Okay. I don't think we need to change anything else. So I'm pretty sure we can just run this through the entirety of the event. I'm just making sure before we get into anything. But yeah, I'm pretty sure we just run exactly this the entire time. I don't think we would need to make any change at all. Okay. What do we need here? Right off the bat, we're going to want to go for blue or yellow. Start getting Tagraki operational. And just do that for every single battle. And as we get deeper, he'll upscale to pretty much anything with his ability. Skulls won't upscale, but the but his cast damage does. Is it worth changing the hero? Theoretically, you can change the hero at around 12 or so every single time. The main reason I use bounty the entire time is that if you buy tier 5 and use 30 times multiplier the entire time, you can get the event done on Friday. Otherwise, you won't get it done till Saturday or Sunday. So if you want to try getting it all done all in one day, it's theoretically that you do it with tier 4. But it's really tight if you do it for tier 4. If you do tier 4 with 30 times the whole time with all 4 bounty. But if you're eventually going to switch out for speed purposes, it would be advised to excuse me. But if you're going to switch out for speed purposes, it's going to take later into the weekend before you'll actually be able to get it completed. It's basically the bottom line. Alright, so we got mana there. Did that really even help us that much, though? That little bit of mana. It might almost be worth it to run something slightly different for these really, really early battles. Just because while this would be good, it doesn't have that many ways to do damage. Even though it gets to hit really big when it does do damage. Because we're actually running Tagraki as only damage source. Which is perfectly fine. For these earlier battles, they will die to like anything that touches them. Will old event weapons ever be available in events or just in Soulforge? Likely just Soulforge. As of this current moment in time, there has never been a weapon that has become re-available via an event. It has never happened yet. And while it's not an impossibility, it is very unlikely that it would. But yeah, they seem to just be in Soulforge only. That or you could buy them for $5 occasionally. When it gives you like a little offer thingy for it. I've never actually seen one of them. Because we've had every single weapon since they've added it. But there's 2 different $5 offers that they sometimes give. One is in the shop, which is every single week based on the kingdom. Those are the ones that are only ever obtainable for $5. And generally, if you're going to bother spending $5 on the weapons, they're the ones that you go for. It's because they're unobtainable by no other means other than throwing money at them, in the current state of the game at least. And the other ones are, though most of them are pretty useless though, of those types. And then they have the ones where it gives you like a $5 offer of a weapon you don't own. And that could be ones that aren't $5 only that you could get in Soulforge eventually. But some people might still go for them just because it's a really enticing weapon. But I wish they would revamp how they have the weapon system in the game. Because it could be really annoying to do full completion weapon right now. Not only does it take forever, but it can actually be pretty costly as well in the current state of the game. I was luckily able to do it for free though, because all those weapons were at some point available for in-game currency. And since I've been playing this since the game launched, I was able to get them way back then. But these days, it is very annoying getting full weapon completion, for sure. Especially if you started within like the last year or two. It's not impossible though, but it's definitely way more difficult than it has been in the past. It would be nice if they did some kind of change to make it a bit easier. Not like excessively easy, but you know, easier than it is now. Ad-supported weapons. Watch 10 ads, get a free weapon you don't have. Let's see, I'll take that. Grab a purple over there. Okay, took Rocky down. That's also the reason why we went to extra magic. Just to make it a little bit easier for him to secure kills. Red mana goes directly into him. And a single skull poke will kill. Assuming we can even get one. There we go. So hello, Osman. Let's see. Yeah, it can be hard to craft mythics when there's so many good weapons you might need. Because normally every other week has like a weapon you'd want to craft. And that basically halves the rate at which you get diamonds in many instances. Or at least some amount near that point. But it nearly halves the amount of diamonds you'd be getting. Because you'd be using half of them almost just to get weapons most of the time. Queen Aurora is an interesting mythic. All of its value is underneath its final trait, where it gives +1 to every single color. The trait used to be a lot better back when it could multi-trigger. Currently it cannot. And this affects Queen Aurora more so than almost any other troop in the entire game. Mostly because if you were to take 2 manas at the exact same time, which is rare but still happens, there's none currently on this board, but let's say we like swiped and it gave us like both brown and blue simultaneously. If we had like a swipe alignment on that, you would only get a +1 for one of them. You wouldn't get a +1 for both of them. And ever since they made it so traits can't multi-trigger, Queen Aurora has basically become dead content, in the sense that while she's still good, there's a lot of instances where you would get a multi-trigger, where she would get a lot less value. One of the most common ones would be if you're doing a gem spawning method, which is even her ability as well. But if you're doing a gem spawning method, and you spawn a bunch of gems onto the board, basically what will happen is you're most likely going to get multiple areas, like even right here. For example, we're going to get a blue over here and a blue over here. The way that Queen Aurora works, as well as Lynx for that matter, is we'd only end up gaining the value for one single instance when they happen simultaneously like that, rather than every single instance that occurs. You'd still get it if you like took one and then you got a cascaded one. You'd still get a +1 for both, but when they happen simultaneously, you only get value for one of them and not both. And that really holds Queen Aurora back, because she, more often than anything else, has it triggering more than once, due to the fact that it covers every single color. And that really hinders her quite a bit compared to how she used to be. That change that they made a little while back, and they never bothered buffing her when that happened. It did actually suggest it to her, but I mean to them, but they never did at the time. That was ages ago. But yeah, ever since then, she's pretty much been not dead content, but used so much less, especially compared to Possessed King and stuff, because Possessed King doesn't have that limitation. But yeah, for about 2 years now or so, Possessed King has been like definitively better than Queen Aurora. There was a point when Queen Aurora was actually arguably better than Possessed King, but ever since they made that change, it has not been the case. She's not 100% useless, but assuming you have Possessed King, you'd use Possessed King instead of her in about 90% of situations, if not more. Can't even remember the last time I've brought her out lately. And as match. Coffee time. Nice. Yeah, I had 3 bowls of cereal earlier. Actually, I finished out a, I'm pretty sure it's not healthy to do, but I was like super hungry. I ate an entire container of cereal today. Portion sizes. Psh. Literally just a whole container of cereal with milk. Like half a quart of milk with just the entire thing of cereal. Let's see. We'll go for that. Take the other thing. Throw that down onto the last slot there. Grab a... What do we even need here? We'll grab a skull for now. Oh, no, we're entangled. I had a struggle of not using our first slot. Dude does actually have a mean to entangle, oddly enough. Grab our greens. Take a skull there. Oh, we're still entangled. Fail. Let me go kill him right now just so we don't have to deal with it. Though he doesn't have any armor, so never mind. I can't even do that if I want to. And he just drained the one thing that was actually worth him draining. What a fail. Let's see. Did they just try entangling them while they both have immune to entangle? Good job. That's not getting us that far. What a weird battle. I'll take that for now, I guess. We don't really have too many options in that regard. He'll go do his little doubly thing. We could switch them. My biggest concern was our first slot might die and Tagraki starts taking damage. However, that's probably not going to happen that often. Especially during earlier battles, but even just in general. Alright, we did that. What can we even get in there? I'm just going to throw a Tagraki onto you then. Because you're in one-shot range. And now I just need to take a skull and then Tagraki that twice. Or just poke it twice. Doesn't really matter what 2 damages we do. Should be enough. Should maybe taking that skull first. I was hoping we could get a cascade in a way that would work, but apparently not. So let's take that for... can we stop getting entangled? I've taken like 5 skulls without paying attention to the fact we're entangled. Let me just kill him already. Not need to deal with that anymore this battle. We'll still find a way to entangle it though. So throw that down. And can we just get one last Tagraki? Come on. Yeah, it's literally just half feeding itself. But a lot of the time it's just doing entangle. Which is also useless. We're at a point where it's not really dying, so if nothing else, at least for now, we could switch it. I feel like later on, I'll want to switch it back. But for these earlier battles when it doesn't matter, we'll probably put Tagraki up a little. I don't know. We'll see if we leave him like that. The main reason I put it the other way around was out of safety's sake. Because if a Tagraki dies, we lose all of our damage. So I just put him in the safest position earlier. In the last battle, your first slot didn't die a single time. Alright, so it's probably fine like that then. Plus he has 25% reduction. We just have to be a little bit careful because if he does die, we don't like auto lose, but the rate at which we'd win the battle, if we even win the battle, would decrease in speed substantially. This board is a little weird right now. Almost feel like throwing excavator down. Just to get something rolling. Oh, whoops. Ah. The amount of times I have not seen that we're entangled. Honestly, I almost feel like using her in first slot. I almost feel like just using her in first slot. As weird as that may seem. And the reason for that is all these entangles getting in the way of us hitting skulls. We'll see what the final battle is and how entangle heavy it is. But I almost feel like using her in first slot, to be honest. So we don't have to deal with entangle. That or just set a bunch of Cedric, but then his damage goes down by a decent chunk. There we go. So how's leaderboard looking these days? Someone's already at that 759,000 mark. And 250,000 is where you get all rewards. So everyone who's right there just did a little bit more than 250,000. I assume that's perfect full army the entire time. I feel like a lot of people run 4 times the entire time now. Ever since they added medals, it's pretty much become meta to just run 4 times the entire time. Prior to then, for speed's sake, you would normally go and switch out to 3 troops with 1 other strong troop, like a Yagway or something. However, as we got more bounty options, and the second that we basically got medals, it made it so much substantially quicker that you could get away very easily with using 4 bounty the entire time, at least relative to how it was prior to that point. Because I don't think there's been a single bounty since then where I've ran with 3. I just ran 4 the entire time for all of them. Really, 1 HP. Well, we could always destroy a column if we truly wanted to. To counter that out then, let's throw this onto blue for now. Get that rolling. Of course, he would accidentally die to that. Super overkill. Oh, he needs full mana here. Hopefully it lands. Should have taken that brown first, but oh well, it doesn't matter. He's already dead. Yeah, Corpse Mirror isn't that bad either. I don't really focus more on Tagraki, but Corpse Mirror does have a pretty decent ability. We'll go for Skulls to kill that one out. We don't have a drop for that, so we'll just go throw this onto his Entangler, so we don't have to deal with Entangle again, or at least not as much. I just want to leave those browns there just so I can use it my next turn. Unless he ruins them. Partially ruined them. Not enough to completely stop us though, luckily. I would have taken Skull, but of course, once again, we are entangled. Okay. Let's throw this down on you again. Kill him out. Get the last bit of our mana. Get a nice convert in here somewheres. What else do we need? I guess we just take a brown over here. And then we'll get a poke on there. And then hopefully get a skull somewheres in there. What else do we gotta move? We'll take that for now. And then we just take a brown, throw it at him dead. Easy enough. How many tiers did you buy? Tier 5. That's generally how I do Bounty Hunter these days. Theoretically, you could do it off of Tier 4. However, you don't get it done until, I think, Sunday. And the sigil count for it's really tight. I normally go Tier 5 because it only requires 1 blue orb. And it saves you 400 gems compared to going to Tier 6. And it has a little bit of leeway, so even if you do accidentally like lose once or something, even twice, I think it has enough leeway that it wouldn't really matter. Also, Tier 5 doing 4 times troops for 30 times multiplier the entire time is enough to get the event done on Friday. It's the minimum amount of packs you would have to buy in order to get the event done on Friday. You know, of the day of the bounty event. But yeah, I would say Tier 5 is overall the best value if you're looking to complete out the entirety of the event. Let's see. It does require 1 blue orb, though. Well, I guess it technically doesn't require it necessarily. I think the count would actually go even if you didn't get it. I just always like doing it just to have. I guess it's not necessarily required to actually go for that Orb of Ascension. You could actually go without it if you really wanted to. I just like maxing everything as soon as it comes out in the game, just so we get those immediate stars. Yeah, Essence of Evil can go really, really quick if you were to use it for this game mode. Makes everything nice and weak, and basically disables them out so they can't even do anything. You finally went 5-0 on Red Mana Guild War? Nice. Yeah, it is Red Day today. You did the Adana team with Flesh Ripper. Lost a couple troops, but still managed 9,100 points. Nice. Very nice. Congrats. Yeah, I'm still not 100% sure what I'm running tonight for Red Guild War. I normally lean towards Yagwe Queen of Tanya. I just hate that there's not that many supporting troops for it that work really well on Red Day specifically. Like, there's a lot of stuff that can make that team work. But under Red Day restriction, there's quite a bit less. I also find it kind of weird how this bounty troop has double entangle potential, yet this week has so many things that are immune to entangle. I could have taken Skull there, whoops. I didn't realize we were unentangled. You did a full 5-0-0 at Guild Wars so far. That's funny. What do we go for here? I'll take that for now. Get ourselves to Kaki. Where do we throw that? You know what? I'm getting tired of this thing. Just kill it first. There's way too much entangle spam on Skull. You don't have it on Skull, right? No, good. Oh, that's somewhat missed. Just going all in for that mana at this point. There's enough score reduction that it might not even be worth going for the skulls. Kind of weird how Kaki plays, in the sense that it is theoretically better to ignore all skulls in many battles because you need them to have armor so that you could boost ratio your damage. Because taking skulls would actually reduce the amount of damage you would do, as weird as that may seem. Bit of a weird playstyle compared to some other troops. But it gets the job done. Bounty Hunter, honestly, without Kaki, Bounty Hunter would probably be one of the most annoying events in the game. But Kaki actually makes it bearable. There's a few other ones too in Bounty Hunter that make it a little bit more bearable, but of all of them, Kaki by far makes it the most bearable. Honestly, don't really know how Bounty Hunter would be without him. Like, he's such a vital bounty troop since his release. And he came pretty early. I think he was like the 8th bounty troop ever added to the game, 9th. I forget exactly. I know he's really early in the number, though. He wasn't one of the first few, but he came pretty early after. Let's see, we'll throw that down for now. Are there any daily deals that are worth purchasing? The pet ones normally are. The really big gem one is if you need event keys, because it actually has a positive gem gain on that. Any of them that have a positive gem gain are technically worth going for potentially. But there's not that many of them. But yeah, that's pretty much the only few. The pet ones, the really big key ones that have a positive gem gain, if you were to have gotten them all independently, and a few niche ones depending on what you personally consider worth it. Like, for example, the deed ones could theoretically be worth it if you have a lot of gems and you just really want to get more deeds. Any other ones that could be worth it are things like the... there's one pack that gives a purple orb and 3 gifts to your guild that theoretically has a positive gem gain on it. However, 75 of those gems goes to people in your guild rather than yourself. So technically you're not getting as much, but it's a way that you can give people in your guild that extra value. Also, some of them could theoretically not be worth it at full price, but might be worth considering if you have that 25% discount, if you have VIP 6. Whenever you get a task that, with VIP 6, whenever you get a task that is not a VIP task, you actually get a 25% discount on it on that 3rd slot, which I believe I have today. However, it doesn't make it enticing, because I believe it's just crafting material, and crafting material is extremely not worth buying. You would sooner go and do the dungeons 50 gem thing every single day rather than getting crafting material off that new method. Just because it's such a small amount. And you would get more of it just by doing the thing every single day. Something that was generally considered for a while not to be worth the value. They added something that's even lower value now. But yeah, like for example, of our 3 offers, they're all useless. It's crafting material, and a really bad offer. That would, even at 20 gems, that would be a bad offer. If that was 20 gems, I would still not get it. Because the gem value comes out to 180. And then you're basically spending 20 gems on 4,000 souls and 20,000 gold. So even if that was 20 gem keys, I would still hold off. If that was 20 gem keys and 25% off, I would go for it. But if that offer was 20 keys instead of 5, I would still not go for it unless I had the 25% discount. Yeah, it's only 5. Which is even worse. Anyways, back to bounty. But I feel like that page in general, those offers, are mostly just if you have a really, really high amount of resources. If you just want to go and get some other resources in a pinch, it works pretty good for that. But generally speaking, it's pretty bad value to go for almost anything on the new board that they added underneath those daily offers. They're much better spent on things like Bounty Hunter like we have right now and stuff like that. Those same amount of gems. Because if I'm not mistaken, Tier 5 costs 710 gems. And from it, you get a lot of loot. Of course, you have to play for a little bit to go and utilize that loot that you would end up getting. But it doesn't take that long. Bounty Hunter can be completed in like 2-3 hours these days. What was I mentioning? But, yeah, it's much better spent on something like Bounty Hunter and other various events. For only 710 gems, you get a really, really large amount of loot. And it only takes a few hours to go and farm. Which, let me go break down the whole loot. You guys know what it is. You can see on the page, though. But I will still go mention it, just in comparison of like what you can get for 710 gems on that useless board, relative to 710 gems on something like Bounty Hunter. Just with a few hours of input. I'm actually gonna do something weird and do this in order to break its barrier. Because that allows us to break it. And then we just go for some mana accumulation. Of course, you go for Entangle. Fail. I will start for some mana off the top, didn't get it. Anything else we can kind of move around? I'll take some yellow for now. See if we can get a good convert in there. See if we can get that rolling. I don't think we can really. Let's take the red for now. Throw over another red over there. To Kaki away the other thing. Get a convert over there. I'm actually going to convert that for now. Not too many options. Could have also waited for green after I casted. However, it still does not want to cast. A little bit annoying, has no armor right now. So we can't boost ratio off to Kaki to kill it a bit quicker. I really hope a Dryad is not in the final battle. Tagraki is actually a little bit bad against Dryad. I should have actually just taken that skull. At this point, we almost just need to go for skulls. It's because of how much damage we get off of them. There we go, finally. We'll find out in a moment what final battle has. A few more battles to go. Oh yeah, I forgot to go show all the rewards for this event. Just in comparison to how good it is relative to the other thing. And Bounty Hunter isn't even, like, prior to that, like, not even, like, excessively good rewards. Like, they're definitely decent, you should go for them. But value-wise, there is actually possible you get unlucky enough on Bounty Hunter to net lose resources as far as gem value. It's very unlikely, but it is possible to happen. Though it would only happen, like, once in every 20 times or so. You'd have to get ultra unlucky to actually lose gem value in Bounty Hunter. Because you're already getting a pretty high amount of base value. All your orbs would basically have to be useless, and all your Vault keys would have to be near useless for that to actually happen. Which would require a high amount of bad luck. High enough that it generally wouldn't happen. I think we only ever had it happen once, and almost twice. But I think only definitively once have we ever actually lost resources by doing Bounty Hunter. Oh, what am I doing? It's not enough to kill. Should've went for the brown first so we could excavator follow up. Luckily his skull is sitting there and we're not entangled, so we just kill it out. Nice and easy. But yeah, you get quite a bit of rewards from it. You end up getting about 80 gems back or so, if I'm not mistaken. A bunch of gem drops off the top, as you can see. You end up getting 2 Vault keys, I believe it is. Which on average value about 80 gems each, I would say. So there's one all the way at the beginning, and then there's another one right over there. You end up getting, I believe, 4 small orbs. That could be anything. So we got 1, we got 2, we got 3, and we got 4. Unlike many game modes, you can actually get major orbs from this too. 2 of them at that. So it is possible to get 2 major orbs of Ascension. Or I mean, 2 major orbs in general. Obviously, they could be Ascension. Ideally, that's what you're aiming for. They are purple. Some crafting material in there. There's a bunch of trait stones all mixed in. Even diamonds in there. And yeah, it just gives it a nice wide range of everything. Along the way, you get some portraits and other things if you're collecting them all, so you don't need to go get them later. And that ends up technically having gem saving. Since that would cost you 95 between the emoji pack, the portrait, and the title. Titles are what? Titles are 20, portraits are 25, and emojis are 50 per thing. So you end up saving some there. And even though you're spending 710 or so to get to this point, you're getting some other things with it too. That's 50 gems of savings. That's 25 gems of savings. Doing both of these will end up giving you another 95 of savings throughout the little portrait thingies and all that over there, if you're actually someone who bothers collecting them all. It has a bunch of bounty hunter troops. It ends up getting you a whole other troop that you can end up getting max. Get some trait stones in there. It's okay value. It's also a great event to do for free too. Even if you're doing absolutely no amount of packs, you still get some pretty good loot. I think you almost get to like stage 13 or so for free if you're doing max multiplier or somewhere around there. You actually get pretty far for free, the kind of loot that you get. Because I know when I did it on my Switch account, while it still had very little resources, I would throw nothing in. And we were getting some pretty good loot for throwing literally nothing as far as gems. It probably actually has the best value of any event for 0 gems, other than Vault Event. But Vault Event doesn't even have an option to spend anything. What is the minimum shop tier to buy to complete the rewards by Sunday for Bounty Hunter? Tier 4. Though it's really tight if you do Tier 4. It's really, really tight. I would personally advise doing Tier 5 at minimum. But theoretically, it is possible with tier 4. Actually, I believe it's possible with tier 4 without even upgrading your troop at all. And by not upgrading at all, I mean keeping it as epic rather than any orbs at all on it. That's not what I meant to take. Whoops. Now, one kind of funny thing about Entangle, though, is it could technically help us. Now we actually need it for Tagaraki setup. So in a way, it could actually be beneficial to us. Which is kind of funny. The problem is they solved the issue with too many gems when guild tasks change to giving other stuff than gems. But this game still requires that. Yeah, they did end up overcompensating for gems, I feel like, overall. Like, one of the really first things that they ever did on it, which was one of the most major ones, was they made tasks give a lot less gems than they currently did in the past. At one point in the past, you were able to get multiple thousands of gems per week. And this was eventually changed to be capped at under 500. How many you get from the guild? Isn't it 390 these days? Somewhere's around there. But it is drastically lower than what it was once capable of being. Way back in the day. But yeah, it got really, really revamped. And they just keep asking for more gems through various things. So what's our final battle? That's useless. That's useless. That's an entangle that could be annoying. But overall, yeah, it doesn't look like anything too difficult in final battle. We don't have any, they don't have any heal. They don't have any like revive or summon. They have a bit of entangle. That seems to be like the whole premise of this week. So overall, it doesn't seem that bad. We'd probably go for second slot first and then kind of cycle around from there. And just rinse and repeat till we win everything. I'll take that for now. Let him do whatever over there. Throw Tagaraki onto you. None of you have a durability gain right now. So we don't even need to worry about that. It's not like any of them are like a Trent or anything. I'm just gonna deliberately not take skulls. Just so we can still get boost ratio on the final guy once we get to him. Do we have alignment here? Hopefully. Yes, we do have it on red. Not necessarily the color we'd want to get rid of. But if it means we get full mana again and a full excavator, I guess it's worth it. Throw another one on last slot. And now we got full mana over there. And he's super dead. Up. Yeah, he's still super dead with double hit. We're good. All's good. Just need to get that last little bit of mana. Oh, I keep forgetting that's not guaranteed mana. I wish it had some kind of gem spawn on it. Like a few greens or something. A little bit of missed potential. I wish she always had one thing that she does consistently. The fact that it's a either or random thing is a little bit annoying. She needs like something to just have as a consistent thing on her ability. Mostly either or goblins do. Let's see. Oh, what do we need here? Let's grab that. I think we'll have to kill that first every single time, just to try to avoid the entangled. I guess it doesn't really matter much if we do get entangled. Bit of a miss there, though he doesn't really do anything about it. Everything else we can keep as is. Throw that at it. Yeah, as long as they never, like, nerf Tribute for the most part. Because Tribute has technically been growing and growing and growing. And it's the main thing that's keeping the economy intact right now, I would say. As far as the current gem cost of things. Relative to the amount of gems you actually have. If Tribute was ever to get nerfed, that is probably the most concerning thing that will ever happen in this game. If they ever were to do it. There's a good chance it never will be nerfed. But, if it ever was to be, that could cause a lot of issues, as that is the main thing that allows this game to basically be free to play later in the game, is the fact that Tribute accounts for you know, repairing all your gems, essentially. Not literally all of them, but it's currently one of the best methods in the entire game, arguably the absolute best, for accumulating gems, just by taking Tribute every single hour in end game. Obviously not literally every hour, but you know, taking as much as you can whenever you have the time. What do we grab here? Take that for now. Because it's theoretically possible to gain around 1,000 gems per week off a Tribute. Technically even higher, depending on how often you go for it. Because I can easily average over 100 gems per day, just by taking it several times. And if I tried taking it like 12 plus times per day, we could actually probably hit it closer to 150 and get pretty close to 1,000 per week. And that's just off a Tribute, not even counting anything else. But most of those gems get allocated towards an event like this, where you have to spend 710 and stuff like that. You don't normally use it on too many other things. Especially later in the game. Like earlier on in the game, you have to spend a lot of spare gems on 50 bulks of gem keys. But later in the game, you can spend it on pretty much whatever. Oh, what do we need here? We'll take blue for now. And hope for mana here. Okay, apparently doesn't want to give us mana today. I feel like it's more often not doing Entangle rather than mana. Probably because I'm wanting it to do mana every single time. There we go. Oh, so hello, Sachin! Welcome! Okay, what do we need here? Well, it exploded what I needed. Good job. Okay, anyways, we'll just take that for now. Hopefully we'll have alignment. Oh, it's a store turn. Nice. Let's take red for now. Got the Cascade there. Throw that onto the Entangled so we don't have to deal with it. Get a nice convert over there. Skulls we just ignore. However, it is for free reds. Oh, but then he's going to grab it. Well, maybe he'll take it the other way. Good, it does. Good job, AI. We'll throw that for now. And, of course, we don't get mana. Let's throw that over there. Get our free turns. And let's throw it on a Give. Get ourselves the mana again somewheres. We'll do it over here. I don't really like doing all the way to the side, as it slightly increases the chance. However, what also increases the chance is if we happen to get more gems at once. So let's do it that way. And at this point, we might as well take skulls to kind of pinch them down the rest of little bit of ways here. So we'll do that for a bunch of red. Mostly missing though. And now one more of those into double skull poke will be the match. There's one the skull pokes, and now we just need one more. Come on, skull. At this point, we might as well just kill him with another Tagaraki. There we go. Oh yeah, this game it can get really fast paced. Especially when you have like exploders and stuff like that. The game has a really quick pacing if you want to play it quickly. Obviously you don't have to necessarily play it quickly. But once you get later into the game and you kind of know most of the mechanics, a lot of the battles can go really, really quick. Or at least as far as how quickly you take moves. Do we even bother sculling? I think we'll go for red first. Kill that up before he even gets to do anything. Also, oddly enough, it's actually quicker to let the enemy take extra turns normally, rather than you taking them, because AI will find it immediately, whereas you need to actually go find it on the board. As long as you're in a battle where it like doesn't matter if they get mana, and Bounty Hunter is one of those few locations where technically it doesn't actually matter if the enemy gets mana. Like obviously it does to some capacity, but I mean that in the sense that once you get to like this point right now, like we can give him all the extra turns in the world, it's not gonna do anything to us. He can cast like 10 times and we're not even going to be close to death. So I might as well just give it to him, since it helps speed up the battle. As long as we don't immediately need the mana. Well, Gems of War isn't really a game I feel like you can play for long durations of time. Yeah, I play Gems of War on PC. Mostly because it's easier to record on PC. And because it's fully up to date, unlike the Switch version. But yeah, I played on PC. Normally, the only games I play on Switch are the ones that are exclusive only on Switch. There are some indie games I would get on it, but generally speaking, if an indie game is on Steam, which more often than not it is, I tend to get it on Steam instead. Mostly because it's normally a little bit easier to record, as well as the fact that it has like achievements and other little bit of features compared to if you just had it on the Switch. There's some exceptions to that though. But generally speaking, I do actually... I thought I would get more of my indie games on Switch than I was. But ultimately, I ended up still keeping most of them on PC. Especially since I got the new gaming PC about 5 months ago or so for the channel. Let's see. We'll go for that for now. Because one of the issues with my other computer too is we were actually running out of hard drive space. Oddly enough. Even with external storage and everything. What do we even grab for now? We'll go take that. Doing Animal Crossing today. I'll still be playing it off stream, obviously. Like we're still gonna be playing Animal Crossing at some point today. I haven't even logged in yet today, but I'll be doing it a little bit. I need to go sell all my gold roses. Gosh, they make so much bank. Not sure why I didn't try doing them earlier. They literally just ooze with money. Like I have like infinite resources now, pretty much in Animal Crossing, just from doing gold roses for like a week or two. Actually, I think we've only been doing it for like a week. Yeah, I have more Nook Mile tickets than I even know what to do with at this point. Which is a good problem to have. Because a lot of the economy is based on Nook Mile tickets. Yeah, I'm still like overly frugal with them. And feel the need to accumulate more, even though we already have so many. Capitalism. Let's see. We're at 17. One more battle will do it. Is there any way to counter the Orb Weaver meta team? Yes, Skull Spam it like crazy is generally the way I like going with it. In a Guild War context, Wild Queen is normally the hard counter for it, if you're under Guild War restrictions. Though that it depends on the day. Like, obviously, Red Guild War you wouldn't be able to run Wild Queen for. What do we even take here? We'll take that for now. Get Tagaraki onto that thing before it does anything. I said before it does anything. No, he's still got some value there. It's not that big a deal, though. What do we even grab here? Let's get the right over there. And that Tagaraki onto that. Hey, we actually unentangled as soon as we could take a skull. That was actually kind of convenient. Let's see. Yeah, Gems of War has changed a lot over the years. I still enjoy the game a lot, but it has gotten a lot more convoluted than it has in the past. That is for sure. I really like the playstyle of the game, personally. It's probably one of the main things keeping me around. Has a really interesting pacing to it as far as how the battles go. Yeah, we'll take that for now. Oh, why am I doing this while there's like no reds on the board? That's almost guaranteed to miss. Especially with how they changed gem spawning as of like 3 years ago. Because no longer do you get like clumps on those spawns anymore, like they used to. That was like ages ago. Most of you probably don't even remember that much, since it was so long ago. Gem spawns at one point used to be excessively overpowered, but then they nerfed it a couple times to the point where gem spawns are almost useless to even use currently. Not like completely useless, but a lot less effective relative to how they were in the past. But there we go. Only 3 stage rewards remaining. We're getting there. Probably around 24 more battles. That's not how many our sigils show, but with Val Ravens across that many battles, that's about how many we should have. What do we need? Oh, I'll take skull, why not? Ideally, we have a convert here. We can do that on green. Taking out skulls to start pinching them down. Throw that on there. Get some mana off of this. Can you please not entangle? Do we even have alignment? Oh, that is not where I meant to do that. Fail. It still worked though, so I guess it works. Meant to do that one column over to the left. Oh, whoops. I am entangled now. So taking that skull is pointless. What do we even grab here? We'll take the one all the way over to the side. A little bit of a miss in there, though. I'd assume we'd have a convert. But we have Tagaraki up, so I might as well go for that first, since getting brown mana isn't really that useful unless we're filling up Tagaraki with it. So I'm going to move that over. Actually, I probably shouldn't have done that because the AI might have left it there. I almost guarantee would have. We could have used it ourselves to get full mana on Tagaraki. It's not too big a deal, though. We just do this to get full mana on him. Same difference. Throw that down, kill that out. And then get the last little bit of our mana there. And that should be dead. I believe he's 44 damage when there is no armor on them. But how much stats we have. And it just gets killed out with it. Yeah, what is that? 4,800 per battle? No, it's 30 times 60. Never mind. Or 30. That's 6,000. So 6,000 per battle. We probably got at least 20 more battles. What does that break out to? That's 120,000. So it might go a little bit further than that. Also, Val Raven in first slot. Interesting. I'm actually gonna do this a little bit weirder then. I'm just gonna throw Kaki immediately at him. Just to make sure we kill Valraven as quickly as possible. Play it as our main goal right at the beginning. And then just kill him out immediately. Just to play it safe rather than doing it with Skulls. Skulls would have been quicker overall for the battle pacing. But I wanted to make sure we killed it before it could do anything. Okay, and now we start playing the game normally. So we'll go for that. Now we can take Skulls for first as well. Especially with the Bless on us already. Grab that, grab that, grab that. Grab all the things. Take that for the kill. Get a bunch of... Oh, I should have done that all the way to the left. Luckily that still worked out for us. Ooh, and a Tangle. That's not nice. I need to be able to hit Skulls on that. It has no reduction. Well, at least at this point we can just double Kaki it since we can't take Skulls anyways. So we'll let him take those browns since we can't use it anyways, since we didn't have anything to put mana into. Oh yeah, just technically Excavator could have gotten a little bit. Not that big a deal though, and it just dies. Yeah, I had that happen yesterday for one of the Guild War battles. But yeah, if we get 20 battles at 6,000 each, that's 120,000, which will bring us to 231,000. I believe we have a little bit more Valravens than that. This is just a low guesstimation. Because that assumes over the course of 20 battles or so, we only get 3 Valravens. Of which we are likely to get more than just 3 from that. Skulls we'll just ignore for now. Please let me do my turn. There you go. Getting some really bad Excavator casts. This is putting red on the board that we need. Don't you want to take a purple here? Not available. I should have taken brown there. Like trying to take the other mana generators if we need it. Which we do not. At least not necessarily. I guess we'll go for it now. Is that good enough? Do we have alignment anywhere? I feel like we should somewhere. So yeah, we got it on blue now. Let's just kill it off of blue. And he's dead. Ah, there we go. On to the next one. You just did it with tier 3? Really? Tier 3 with the troop ascended, or tier 3 with just not even worrying about the bounty and just doing 24 times? Well, yeah, I guess you could just run 24 times regardless without bounty. And just try doing it with tier 3. Is that actually enough? I don't feel like you could do it the Friday of. You'd have to do it at least till Sunday. Unless you're referring to a different game mode. It shouldn't be possible by any means. Even if you had 30 times to do it with only tier 3 on Friday. Let's see, move that, move that. Get Kaki onto that. Yeah, it's much quicker running on 24 times. We've done that in the past. I haven't recently. I just stick with the 4 times bounty option. Some week it's quicker than others. This week actually is a little bit slower. Just because of Entangle and because of the 1 damage source thing, since she doesn't count as one. And she doesn't even mana generate properly either. One nice thing about this though is it gets it done on the Friday of, rather than having to wait and do it at a different time. Gets all done in one day. Oh, okay. I was gonna say. Yeah, my sleep schedule's been kind of all over the place as well lately. I got somewhat rested last night. Yeah, I still feel tired though. Yep, that's not the color I wanted. So we'll take that over. That is not the color we're looking for. I think we're averaging around 2 minutes per bounty battle, which isn't too bad. It's like 2 to 3 minutes. The Entangle is definitely making it a bit slower, since we generally can't really go for any skill option. Have to go to Kaki only. Yep, we're getting there. What's the amount of battles left? We can actually break it down to the exact amount, since we're going to be getting the same score each time. Let's see, that's 250,000. Subtracted by 129,000. And divide that by 6,000, up, rounded up. And that comes out to 21. Which means we'd have to find, what is that? 4 more Ravens. Right? 4, 8, yeah. We'd have to find 4 more Ravens. And then we'd be able to get the event done today. Which we should be able to. I believe it normally runs in a way that should land. But yeah, we need 4 more Ravens. Otherwise, it's going to be ever so slightly short. Okay, can we get an excavator there? Hopefully. It's not that many red on the board, but we can still make it work. And 1 more will do it. And that's our mana right there. Ah, 1 mana short. What are you doing? No surge. There we go. Yeah, I haven't really been touching PvP that much myself. Though Guild Wars is kind of like PvP, but in a different way. How on earth did that miss extra turn? That was 5 browns that I got boost ratioed on. For 10 additional red. How much is that total? Well, it's still only 15 spawn, but it's 15 spawn on a smaller board. Really surprised that missed. Not that big a deal though. You did tier 5 with 2 turns of spirit. Yeah, it should fall around there. Just need to find the 4 Val Ravens. But we have enough battles that we should be able to find them. Good, we did get the half mana there. I did that specifically so we could try getting the half mana. That would actually slow this down if I didn't end up getting it there. Just should be a Val Raven battle, like 100%. Where's all the Val Ravens? Where are they hiding on me at? Got a while without a Val Raven battle. I should have taken that brown first. Whoops. Didn't really need to cast that. Didn't see that 5 times shiny brown. I don't think we have enough battles to go faster. We already are kind of tight on sigils right now. Assuming we want to try getting it done today. Which I like getting it done on the first day if we can. Just have it out of the way and not have to worry about it the rest of the weekend. Just get it done in a few hours, boom. Be done with it the entire weekend. Let's see, we'll go for that, get that down. Yeah, it's only 60,000 points. We still needed the 4 Val Ravens. Or I believe it was 4 based on the calculation before. Oh, there's one of them. So now we need 3 Val Ravens. Can go for it first just in case. Just in case. Never know. Safety reasons. There we go. Yeah, we might just get all the Val Ravens at the end. It might just clump all together or something. And there we go. Give us those other 3 Val Ravens. Was it bad that you gave a 1-star review to a restaurant because they put the phone down on me? Well, did he not even get to try their food or anything? Like, generally the main thing you would review from a restaurant is the food itself. Like, obviously, if you were to ever have gotten the food, you could mention and lower the review because, hey, their service was bad. But, I don't know, it's kind of hard to rate a restaurant if you didn't even get to try their food just based on customer service. Because someone could just be having a bad day. Let's see, we'll throw that down for now. kill it out completely. That's pretty funny. A lot of the fast food places by me are pretty bad at doing anything. Their turnover rates are like absurdly high as well. Particularly at the Taco Bell by me. Like you could see a completely different entire crew there. Almost every single like week. It feels like. It's probably realistically more like every single month because obviously I don't go there that often. But like every single time I go there, it feels like they have a completely different crew than before. Like some of the managers are still consistent, but as far as like every other worker, it just seems like they're going through people over and over again every single month. But I haven't been at a fast food place since coronavirus. It might have actually been the thing to finally get me to weed off of fast food. Because I haven't had any since like sometime in February, I mean. Like late February, early March was the last time I ever had any. Let's see. We'll throw that down. Maybe it was even earlier than that. It's been at least like 2 months now, if not longer. And that includes no pizzas or anything as well. I've been having to make my own. Hard to trust Taco Bell even when there isn't a pandemic. True. Could have just taken those browns, actually. Just hoping we could land extra turn off it, which we didn't. Gosh. Though, of course, if we would have known that, wouldn't have gone for it. Foresight. Okay, we'll just grab that for now. I'm not even gonna bother with skulls. If he dies, he dies. Which I don't think he died a single time yet, has he? Someone said that earlier too. Their first thought's generally not gonna die. And yeah, I don't think he's died a single time yet. He came close a couple times. But even with giving like literally every skull to the enemy, it still hasn't died. And he's dead right here. As soon as he does the little ability thing, and down he goes. Yeah, where are our other 3 Vow Ravens? There should be one, hopefully. Nope. Yeah, the bows are going to be really tight on Vow Ravens. We might just ever so barely make it on, like, right at the end. Or something. We'll find out. I should have probably waited. I don't really have anywhere good to use that. Half mana go. Good. Actually, landed. Nice. Do we have alignment? Yes, and as matched then. Down it goes. Go, Valraven. 3 more. Yeah, if we somehow get it today, the Valraven's gonna be so tight, it's gonna be on, like, the final battle. I was wondering why I wasn't casting. Got on the wrong one. That would help. Surprised that what even worried me. Let's see, I'll take that down. Grab that over there. Take that thing over. Please give mana. Oh, I won down yellow, though that still works, so never mind. That was definitely the one I intended to do it on. Hey, we got a treasure map. Look at how useful that is. Into the pile of useless maps you go. Oh yeah, there's a Valraven. We need 2 more though. It's still rather tight. We got 2 more in 7 battles. Where's how many we need? Oh, so he's right in the location we're already going to kill first anyways. How convenient. Don't even need to play the battle any different. Yeah, you would lose the turtle? I don't know. I thought we would. You never know what the final battle is going to be. So I kind of just assumed there would have been something annoying on the final battle that could have pressed damage a little bit better. But no, this final battle had like nothing of damage value. So we really don't have to worry about it at all. Like the chance of us dying is excessively low. Sometimes there's like a really big ability that you can find on the final battle that will end up getting you killed occasionally. But no, this week is definitely not one of those weeks. They have basically no chance of killing you. Or at least it's very unlikely. I should just take another brown. We have +2 on brown. We've already gotten our mana there. Oh well. Do we have alignment there? Should. And he's dead. And as match. There we go. Ooh. I got 2 more Valravens, and that should be enough battles then. Point, I might just skull him down for once. He's already so far down. Yeah, I guess we'll still go for it without an extra turn. Stuff mana, that's worth it. Gotta do it for the mana. Actually, so damaged, even Tagraki can wipe it right now. Even though he has no armor. It's about every 4 fights, yes. In this game mode. Approximately. That is correct. And we need 2 more Valravens to make it all the way. Which means, like, the second to last battle or last battle would actually give us the other Valraven. of our current sigils. We'll get one more in like 2 or 3 battles. And then the other one will be like right at the end. It's going to cut it really tight. But it should make it. Yeah, that makes sense because we should get to exactly 255,000 like everyone else who was on leaderboard that we saw earlier. But yeah, it should get us to exactly 255,000, I believe. And the Valve Raven is going to come like right at the end. Right when it almost seems like we're going to run out, but we don't actually run out. What would it take here? Let's get a... I'll take that down for now. Gives us to Kaki. Gives us to go throw down on that. Get ourselves convert onto that over there. Get anything that will give us mana at this point. I'll take the brown down. Grab our other little bit of mana there. But it looks like we're coming close to be able to do it in 2 hours. Let's see, what's our time right now? Total time? Yeah, looks like we'll be able to finish within 2 hours for once. Which is pretty good time for Bounty Hunter. Obviously, it would be a lot quicker if we were using not 4 bounties the entire time. But for 4 bounties the entire time, that's pretty decent pacing. There's a lot of battles. I'll take that over. That should be enough. Should have taken a brown though. Could have been guaranteed full mana rather than our chance. Luckily we did get Surge. We do have a higher chance of Surge than not to Surge, but of course we can still not Surge. Okay, so here our next battle should be Val Raven. Then we need one more. Okay, good. We got it here. So yeah, it looks like we are going to get Val Raven on like the last possible battle, where it seems like we're going to run out and then it's going to go Val Raven. That'll be exactly 4 battles from now is our really final battle. Our very last sigil. So that's likely what's going to happen. The very last possible battle will give us a Val Raven. The one right before we wouldn't be able to make it. Right as we're about to hit 0. So yeah, the count is really tight today, or this week. It'll still make it, hopefully. Should. Should have just taken brown instead. Especially with how gem spawns are these days. It's really hard to get clumps when there's none on the board. Used to be a lot easier in the past, but they completely nerfed how gem spawning works. Which actually decreases the chance that you would even get clumps like that. Like deliberately goes out of its way to decrease the chance of it happening. Especially when there's none already on the board. We don't have alignment on this, do we? Do we even cast it? I think it's wait. Oh, I could have guessed technically done on brown, but luckily we got full mana off it anyways from the top of that little surge brown cascade. Still works out. Yeah, 5 battles left. Yeah, that means our last or second to last should be Val Raven. Should be fine. Oh, why did I do that first? I should have went for mana and then done it to use the enchant a little bit more. Not too big a deal though. Get another convert in there. Game pokety poke. Good way to get mana, so let's go for Tagraki then. I don't know, do we bother pressing him with skulls? Why do I feel like double cast is not enough to kill him? How much boost ratio is? Oh yeah, you don't get to check. It's how many times does that go into it? It's 9. 9 is actually is enough to two-shot it. Just gonna throw the first one preemptively then. The reason I did that is in case we get a skull, I want to make sure he's already in kill range. So now he's in kill range even if we accidentally take a skull. And kill range is in Tagraki kill range. So even if we bring his armor to 0, Tagraki will still kill it. If we didn't do that, then it would have taken 3 hits on him at a later time rather than just 1. Because right now we just kill him with 1 shot, whereas before we would have needed more than 1. But now we can do 1. Oh yeah, we never did hand out a code, did we? Let me go hand out code. I'll need to go do that before we end up hitting max points and see what good loot we end up getting or lack thereof. But let me go hand out code. You are correct. Let's see where the code section go. What code were we currently on? 1 second. It was the one that began with EQ. Should be our last one, so it should be this one. This one right here should be the code of codes, and is the code of codes. Let's put that right over here. Copy, copy, paste, paste. And here you guys go. Here's the redeem code used on gemsofwar.com with the game code section. There you guys go. Enjoy. Use on gemsofwar.com. Or I literally just said that underneath the game code section, or simply click that link. Your invite code is, oops, tribute distraction. But your invite code can be found underneath your settings menu, whatever game says right over there. Redeem code is right over there in chat. Just copy paste the random numbers and letters, beginning with G2. And gives the same reward as always. The true treasure maps is 1 gem key, 200 souls. And 2,500 gold. Enjoy, everyone. Oh, there you go. Nice amount of loot. Oh, there we go. And that's that. Okay. So, next order of business. That we'll do later. Guild Wars we'll do later, of course. Let's go finish up Bounty. Let's go get that Valraven, otherwise we're going to be short. But yeah, the last or second to last battle should be Valraven. And for now, let's take that. Grab a Tagraki down. Get our half mana thing. Fortunately, entangles instead. That'll give us convert mana. Oh, that's not where I wanted it. Okay, a couple misclicks this stream. I feel like my eyes still haven't like completely woken up yet. I didn't take a shower this morning, probably should have. Wash out those eyes thoroughly. Let's see, take that over. Grab that for now. Let's see, we'll take the blue over. Get a convert on that. Grab our Tagraki down there. And there we go. Come on, where's our Valraven? Should be 2 battles from now. Up or there. Okay, we did it. Oh, that wasn't even tight at all. Look at that. We already got our Valraven. I believe that was the last one we needed. Now we have all the sigils we need to make it all the way. I probably should have went for the Valraven first. Whoops. Shouldn't be too big a deal, but let me start going for it now just in case. Then again, it's completely blocked on yellow, so I guess it really doesn't matter too much. Just in case, though, we will kill it now. Never know, it could try sneaking in. Getting that escape out of nowhere. Next Mythic. Have I checked next Mythic? I believe I did. It looked decent. I still got a while until it comes around, though. It's literally still like the first week of May, pretty much. Still got several weeks still in. Anything could change with it still. Still really early. A lot of Mythics they've been kind of revamping a bit beforehand. So I wouldn't be surprised this one would be any different. They generally keep their same theme, but you know, they still get reworked a bit. Yeah, I haven't really recovered my keys much yet, but again, we just had the Mythic come out of the drop table. The previous Mythic just came out of the drop table yesterday, or today, I mean. Because yesterday was the last day for it, for the Zillopachle. Still got a ways till next Mythic. As the most recent one quite literally just left the drop table today. Come on, get that mana. Only problem is now is I'm not sure Double True Kaki can actually kill that. Yes, if he doesn't lose his armor. Okay, what do we need here? Grab that for now. We have a really good convert next turn. And that should be match. Unless we don't land our extra turn. Or even full mana for that matter. And then kill it out. What metals am I currently using? 20% mana start with 8 magic is the setup we're currently running. And these last 2 battles will bring us exactly to 255,000. Which is tied in a billionth place with a bunch of other people. It's kind of funny. Yeah, that's where it was earlier. That's where a lot of people stopped. Because that's the bare minimum to complete up Bounty Hunter on day 1. So a lot of people did it. Tends to be the general strategy for doing the event. So some people go for tier 6 and some people just go way further. If you got tier 6, you would definitely make leaderboard. It might not be worth it even though you do get a little bit more loot. Just for the fact that it costs so much more. But no, tier 6 and Bounty Hunter generally will get you leaderboard. I don't recall it ever not giving you a leaderboard. Because most people go for tier 5 with Orb rather than tier 6. Of course, if you want to save the Orb, if you're still trying to do Zugoff, or if you're just don't have that many or just want to save it in general, just to have them, more of them. Well, it's one of the instances where it is pretty good value to do so. 400 gem saving is definitely not a small amount. It adds up being able to do that once every month. Obviously, I see the skulls, I'm just letting him have it. So that we can just mana generate into what should be the kill. Since skulls won't actually matter on that much armor, since we can just stick Rocky twice. And the final battle, that will get us in a multi-way tie. For, never mind. Well, there was a bunch of 255s here earlier. Apparently people did more battles. But there was like a massive multi-way tie of 255,000s. And where do we got this down? Start right over here. Do it over there for now. Kill his last slot, and that is pretty much match. We've done it. Bounty is complete. Or it's about to be any second now anyways. Ah, Tagraki, no! I forgot, it's not enough damage, is it? We don't boost ratio. There we go. Kill with skull of all things. You took all tiers. It still could be worth it to go all tiers. Like going to tier 6 to get the extra orb. If you're really in need of orbs, it could definitely be considered worth it. But there we go. Oh, we got another Valraven there, so theoretically we can go further. But nope, that's all we need. 255,000. Theoretically, we could do more battles if we truly wanted to. But I'm pretty sure more people will go do tier 6s, which will bring us down, so I'm not going to bother. Okay, so let's go claim over loot. See what we get today. What's our Bounty Hunter loot for today? So, of course, this is everything that you get from Bounty Hunter from completing out the event, not counting the tiers that you bought. But as far as the actual rewards, you get 2 Vault Keys, 110 gems, 17 gem keys, 45 diamonds, 5,600 souls, 175,000 gold, 19 minor trait stones, 20 major trait stones, 10 runic trait stones, 2 major orbs of chaos, which is one of the main reasons you even do spending on it, 10 arcanes, 4 random chaos orbs, 4 celestials, a portrait, and a title. Okay, let's see what we get. Come on, blues and purples. Ooh. Come on, especially those two, blues and purples. Okay, good. We got the one purple that saved our value there. Gosh, all the other loot was pretty bad, though. But that one purple saved us. That's 675 gem value. Which, in itself, is pretty much how much we spent into the event. And then counting vault keys and everything. That kind of saved it there. Right at the end. Gosh, that would have been bad if we didn't get something like that. Could actually lost a bit of value there. Which wouldn't be the first time. It's definitely possible. But at least we got the purple in there. Obviously, I'm not going to open the vault keys now. We're still hoarding them. But if it wasn't for that purple, that would have been pretty concerning as far as overall loot. But with that purple, it's actually perfectly fine. But yeah, we're at 188 vault keys right now. About to clear 200 very soon. Next vault event is... Actually, when is next vault event? I actually do not recall off the top of my head. Let's see. There's one way to find out. Let's see. Move that over. Move that over. Where is... Oh, what's it called? Next vault event is on the 15th. 15th is next week, next Friday. Cool. So yeah, next weekend is Vault event actually. I knew it was pretty soon, but yeah, it's quite literally next weekend. 1 week from today, we will have the Vault event, and it goes from May 15th to Monday reset time. But yeah, it's right around the corner. Right around the corner. Soon, TM. But yeah, next Vault event's next weekend. So 1 week from today, we'll be able to go and grind up to what will hopefully be a total of 200 Vault keys by the end of next weekend. Because we'll have 189 by the time we reach it, because we're going to get 1 Vault key on Tuesday. So yeah, I guess one of the indirect goals of next weekend will hopefully be to break 200 Vault keys. It's not too big a deal if we don't, but that'd be a nice goal to try to hit if we can get lucky enough on it. Could be one of those weekends that we just get a bit unlucky, though, and kind of go from there. Oh, Bob Smith, I didn't see your message, and then he deleted it. I think it was something about Zugoff. But I'm not sure what the question was, but it is worth saving orbs for Zugoff for completionist's sake. It also gives you an extra orb. I mean, it also gives you an extra star onto Carecroft Kingdom. Yeah, last bounty was really bad. This bounty wasn't that bad, though. What's a good Zugoff offensive team for Purple Guild War tomorrow? Zugoff, Green Seer, Wild Queen, one other option. That one other option is probably Leprechaun. Do I even use that as my team right now? I don't think I do. This is my Purple Guild War. Oh! It literally is the team I normally use. Well, there you go. But it's Zugoff, Green Seer, Wild Queen, Leprechaun. It's actually what I normally use, and it's also what I just suggested. I forgot that's actually what I currently use for purple. But yeah, there you go. That would explain why I ended up mentioning it then. But yeah, Zugoff, Green Seer, Wild Queen, Leprechaun. And I still use that for Purple Day, even to this day. I really love the Wild Queen versions. But it ends up working out pretty well. And now that we have Medal of Seasons, not only can you help its durability out, but you can gain some extra attack. Biggest issue Zugoff normally has is he has a really low starting durability, and he starts ramping up as the battle goes on. But Seasons ends up helping that quite a bit, because it basically repairs all of his lower durability that he originally would have had. And you just run it with 20% mana start into 2 seasons. You can maybe run Cleanse depending on what you're running against. However, due to Zugoff having Impervious, you're generally not going to need it. Depends exactly what you're up against. But more often than not, specifically with this team, you actually don't need Cleanse. Because the Zugoff is immune to Entangle, Freeze, all that kind of stuff that you might normally need to deal with on a given day. And then you just feed it up with Green Seer feeds up Wild Queen to Skull Spam, and ends up giving you even more attack to your Zugoff, and Leprechaun's is for that initial mana burst. And then of course Zugoff has that really strong instant kill ability, and you just kind of keep ramping up with its final ability from there with all the skulls you keep getting. But yeah, this is what you would run if you're running Zugoff for purple. It works really well. You can score pretty consistent 9,500 plus, more towards the 9,600 range. But yeah, does anyone else have any other questions or anything else you want me to go over? Let me know. Otherwise, we'll probably wrap up a little bit for now. Make sure to go claim the code that we posted a little bit earlier, and we'll go from there. Zugoff for blue. I don't think I ever really run Zugoff on blue. I'm not sure exactly what you'd run. The biggest issue is mana generating for Zugoff on blue. I feel like would be the biggest issue to do. Because blue doesn't necessarily have the best mana generators for feeding into itself. There are a few that kind of can, but they're far in between as far as what's actually viable, especially when you can get hard countered. Delve Dragons. Yeah, we are getting Delve Dragons next patch. I mean, not next patch, but next faction. They actually look really cool, too. Next faction is all dragons. I believe it's associated with Dragon's Claw. I don't believe it's officially been posted yet, unless it has been in recent times. But last I checked, it wasn't posted what they're associated to. But if I had to guess, they're associated to Dragon's Claw, because it's quite literally a whole faction of dragons. Yeah, I can go over it real quick. I kind of went over it a bit earlier. Did we get more info on it yet? Do we know what they're associated to? Let me. Oh yeah, we do know what they are now. Oh cool. Never mind. We have all the info on it now. We didn't before. Never mind. Yeah, we have all the info. Well, first things first. What's it associated to? I assume Dragon's Claw. Oh, it doesn't even show it yet. I assume it's Dragon's Claw. It's literally the same color as the banner. It's yellow-red. That's the same color as... oh, sorry, yellow-purple. Wait, why does it have red in between? But yeah, that's still very likely to be Dragon's Claw. though it doesn't actually specifically say it is. What does the dove layout look like? Ooh, it's a mountain. Oh yeah, it's definitely Dragon's Claw. It's literally set up as like Dragon's Peak as well. It's kind of funny. Let's see. We'll go and what was it? We need to go to troop spoilers. Okay, so let's go see what all these troops do real quick now that we can actually see them. So let's go over all 4 of them. Let's see. Oh yeah, we can't zoom. Why can you not zoom on the this version of it? It's kind of weird. Anyways, so Fell Roost. Oh wait, sorry, Fell Roost. Wait. What happened to the other one? Oh no, this is the right one. Yeah, Fell Roost. This wasn't one that kind of threw me off. The visual of that one almost looked like something completely different and not a dragon. But anyways, so this first one here, we might as well just bring it up with little images thingies here. So first one here. Also, I hate when it opens it like that. Why is it doing it like that? I want it opened like this. There we go. Anyways, Fell Dragon, Epic, Fell Roost Demon Dragon. What it does, Toxic Flame, deal magic plus 5 damage to an enemy, boosted by burning and diseased enemies by 6 times boost ratio. So overall, rather bad. Has Magic Link, has Magic Spirit, and has some extra magic and delves. Overall, pretty useless troop. Next. So, the eggs. Okay, eggs. This is Fell Dragon Egg. Ultra rare. It's a Daemon Dragon. It diseases a random enemy and transforms into a Fey Roost troop, which is one of the 4 from the, sorry, I should say one of the 3 from the faction. And it has a flame, so it gets to burn them whenever it does skull damage, and that's about it. So overall, pretty much like a different version of Dragon Egg almost in a way, except specifically to the dragons of this place. Overall, way weaker than the normal egg. Next one is the Legend. Actually, let's go over that last. Next one is the... Oh gosh, I hate when it doesn't open it properly. Let me just do it like that. There we go. Though sometimes it does that whenever you try doing that. I never understand why it does that. Okay, so what you got to do is open this, copy this, X out of that, put that over here. It opens so weirdly. There we go. Anyways. Undead Drake. The rare from the kingdom. Also Dragon Daemon. Or sorry, this one's Dragon Undead actually. Instead of Daemon. But it explodes 4 gems and conjure a Bone Storm. Interesting mix. For only 9 mana. And other than that, it does have Plague Touch for diseasing on skull. Overall, probably not really going to be that usable. Though I think it is the cheapest thing in the entire game that has Skull Storm attached to it. And lastly, the Legends. So this thing, the Nocturnia, it's a Daemon Dragon. And it gets to deal magic plus 3 true damage, or true heavy splash damage to an enemy. Burn and disease all affected enemies. There's a 20% chance to summon a Fell Dragon Egg. That's not too bad. That's true damage. In the context of delves, I don't feel like that would get to do much. Though the enemy would get to use it pretty effectively against you, so it could be a little bit annoying. But, yeah, it's like a really big true damage burst. And it has burn and disease attached to it. Kind of weird that it doesn't also have poison. And it gets 5 extra magic while in delves. It has gain 1 magic when an ally casts a spell. And has a 50% chance to spawn a Fey Dragon Egg with full mana on death. So the same kind of premise as Dragon Soul, actually, in that regard. Overall, I'm not really seeing this to be that viable. Especially since there's a lack of dragon synergy with true damage. Though it's kind of interesting seeing a dragon that has a big damaging ability that isn't full AoE. But, I don't really foresee that doing much. Like, even if you compare it to other faction troops, there's one that does the double into halves. Like, Sea of Sorrows next Tuesday has a double hit. It hits randomly, however, it's full damage into half adjacent damage. Whereas this is only 1 single full damage with 75% adjacents. Which is quite a bit less damage overall, even though it is targetable and not random. Obviously, when it's AI doing it, it's random regardless, but, I don't know, it seems rather underwhelming, this faction, overall. Oh, is it Bladed Lands? Aww. That would explain why they're so Daemon-like. Because every single one of these basically is a Daemon. There's one that's undead, but the other 3 are Daemon. Also, how do you know it's Bladed Lands? I didn't see it anywhere on that page that mentioned it. It does make sense based on the theme of these. I'm curious what Dragon's Claw does ultimately end up getting then. Oh, that's actually a good thing that this is Blade of Lands. It fits Blade of Lands theme actually really well because they're all useless troops you would never use. So it does actually fit Blade of Lands pretty well thematically. It really fits the useless troop category. They have some pretty cool designs in there though. But none of those seem like they're going to be viable to any capacity. Legend, unfortunately. Hey. So, does anyone else have any other questions? Anything else you want me to go over? Anythings? Otherwise, we'll probably wrap out for now. Oh, so hello, Zeddicus. Happy Friday. Sorry, I didn't end up seeing you earlier. And hello, Chad. Welcome, welcome. How have I been doing? I've been doing pretty well recently. Things haven't been that bad. My life's actually been relatively normal since coronavirus, oddly enough. Because I already live my life as if I'm in isolation. Haha! So I don't really had much of a change. Because I'm such a germaphobe. I rarely get out of the house. And other than the ever so occasional food shopping, that's like the only thing that really seems any different. And I work completely from home over the last like 3 years or so. So I was already homebound. So the virus has actually affected me very, very little personally so far. Which is nice. But of course a lot of people are being hit really, really hard. Multiple different ways. Either economically or, you know, actually getting it, which would be awful. Tacet the Hermits. I was already prepared for the coronavirus years before the coronavirus ever happened. Let's see. What's the 1st June Mr. Scales? Sure, I can go check it real quick. What's this one? What's the troop again? The Basilisk. So let's see, what's this thing? Let me go get into its own page. So I assume this is the legend that's coming out in event key drop table as the next event key drop table will drop. Let's see, what is this troop? So, Basilisk. Looks pretty cool. What it does, it's a legendary monster beast from Mr. Scales. It's likely going to be in the event key drop table as of the 1st of next month. It'll deal, or for that time, during the Mr. Scales event. It deals magic +2 true damage to an enemy. And if the enemy is poisoned, deal double damage. Oh. Interesting. Deal double damage. Then deal magic +2 true damage again. What? If they are stunned, deal double damage. Wait, what? Wait. What? So if you poison stun the entire enemy team, you just hit like one shot. Oh no, that might not actually be that strong just because it's only one target. That sounds like a lot of damage because it is a lot of damage. But when you break it down, all he's doing is one-shotting something based on a lot of conditions. What's this thing though? Stun a random enemy when matching a brown gem. Oh gosh. That's an interesting combination. But ultimately, he's just a one-shotting troop that has no board control. And for that reason, he might be pretty bad. Let's see. When did you get the Goblin troop you were using? Or where did you get it? You get it from the bounty event. You get it in over here. If you go to games, you go to bounty, you go to shop, and generally you go to tier 5. Because tier 5 gives you everything you need to go and get the event done pretty much instantly. You can technically do it off of tier 4, but it's a bit tighter. I personally just go for tier 5. And tier 5 into one Orb of Ascension. Technically you don't even need that Orb of Ascension. However, you won't be able to get it done today if you don't get that Orb of Ascension. But to put on it, to get to Mythic. They can still do it on Legend and just get it done throughout the weekend. But tier 5 is normally the way I go with it. It's only 710 gems, and it gives you all the loot. As you can see by it's already being done. And we're technically within leaderboard range. However, I believe leaderboard by the end of the week will be further than us being able to obtain it with tier 5. I believe normally goes up to more towards tier 6 range if you did want to get the extra orb off of leaderboard. You'd also get 75 gems, but that basically just pays back some of the money you spent on the pack itself. But yeah, you just get it from here, from the shop thingy. However, you would have to buy at least like tier 4 for it to be viable enough to use this relative to a different option. And then particularly tier 5, because then you get to legend at tier 5. with the potential of upgrading it to Mythic. Because if you don't have it upgraded far enough, you might as well just use another already maxed out Bounty Troop. Bounty Captain gains double the amount of effect. However, that's only useful if it's really high upgraded. Because double the effect, if it's like a 6 times compared to a 6 times, doesn't really help much. Let's see. Initial medals are not working correctly with Crescendo. What do you mean? Crescendo gains half the magic. Crescendo does not have a 1-to-1 based on magic. If you're using Crescendo, you should only be getting half the amount of damage. So if you're using 1 medal, you should only be getting 2 damage. If you have 2 medals, you would only be getting 4 damage. It's because of the magic boost ratio. It's working correctly. There are some weapons and some troops that have a different scaling to their magic. While most things scale 1-to-1 with 1 magic equaling 1 additional effect, some of them have half, and some of them actually have double. Like a Megavore has double its amount of true damage per magic. Some things that hit full AoE that are weapons and a few other instances do half the amount of their magic as damage. And Crescendo is one of those options that does half based on magic, so it's working correctly. It just has a different boost ratio to the magic gain that it has compared to other options within the game. Any other questions, anyone? Let me know. Let's see. Yep, no problem, Marcelo. Glad I get up. What is a red Zugoff Guild War? I'm not sure off the top of my head. I'm trying to think of another skull option that you could use with it that would work well. Like, first thing that came to mind is Shagra, but I'm not sure if you'd necessarily want to use Shagra with it. You could try using a Ragnagord mana accumulation method and just rush Ragnagord, feed it up with mana, and then just have like something in there for support, and you'd probably be fine. You'd even get away with Yagwe. Kind of have like an upfront poke to clean up, get your convert, feed it right back into Zugoff, and get mana. Really depends on how you'd want to run it. You could either go like all in skull spam or go for more of like a safer approach, depending on which route you want to go. Though generally with red, you're going to have to rush down regardless, as there's very few safer options within red. When I say safer, I mostly mean like board control rather than just like rushing them down with damage. Because there's not really like a durability, a safe way to do it. Can the whole bounty event be completed using the troop included? Yes. You should be doing that the entire time. You should always be using the bounty captain. Assuming your bounty captain is upgraded enough, which would mean epic rarity or higher. If your bounty captain is epic rarity or higher, you should be using it the entire time. And the bounty captain this week is that goblin thing that you get from buying the packs. But yeah, you'd want to use it the entire time throughout the entirety of bounty event, as it would have a higher multiplier than any other the ones the troops that you have. And that is always applicable to the bounty captain during bounty hunter events. As long as you have it epic or above, it is worth using the entire time. Did you miss bounty? Yeah, we just finish out the entirety of bounty. And probably wrapping up the stream soon after a few more questions, if anyone still had any. But yeah, we did the entirety of bounty. Yeah, we keep getting done quicker and quicker. We did in under, what, 2 hours? Yeah, it was pretty much 2 hours, because we've pretty much been talking and doing other stuff the last 10 minutes. So yeah, we were able to get it done in like just under 2 hours or so. The entirety of the event. Starting to make really good time on it. I remember it used to take like as much as like 3.5, I feel like. Now it's cut down all the way to pretty much 2 hours between medals and more higher stats and just everything out throughout the game over the last few years. Is there a bounty, and then that and the fact of just more bounty troops existing that make for better synergies than what we used to have in the past. Is there a bounty troop that summons skulls? Yes. I forget which one, but yes, there's one of them that does at least. Which one was it? I know at least one of these does skulls. Who was it? There was one that did like a small amount of skulls. I am pretty sure. Who was it? I thought there was. Wasn't there one? I know it was a small amount. Could have sworn it was something. Maybe it was just boosted by skulls. I was thinking of. Never mind. There might not be one that has it. Could have sworn this Mecha Rat or something had it. But never mind. No, nothing currently has. There's a couple with skull boost ratios. but none of them specifically create skulls yet. Though we'll probably get that feature in the future. But never mind, my bad. Yeah, none of them actually create skulls, do they? Nope. Yeah, no bounty troop currently creates skulls. There's like 2 or 3 of them with skull boost ratio. But none of them specifically create skulls yet. Though that could change into the future. We'll probably get that on some kind of undead one. But as of currently, no, they did not. How is Pure on the new Pure faction? What do you mean by new Pure faction? The most recent one we got? Or the next one that we're getting? Pure faction on the really next Pure faction that, or on the next faction that we're getting is probably going to be a little bit annoying. Due to the fact that it has 1 really big true damage. It's probably not going to be as annoying as Sea of Sorrows, but it's still going to be annoying nonetheless. If you mean the most recent one of Depths of Sin, it's probably one of the easier Pure factions we've ever gotten. I'm not sure if I would definitively say the easiest, but it's definitely among the few easiest Pure factions in the game, due to the fact that you get an upscaling troop to actually kill them with. But yeah, Depths of Sin is pretty easy. Oh, the next one's going to be annoying. Not Sea of Sorrows level annoying, but still pretty annoying. Though you'll probably have a little bit more of an advantage, because since it only does 1 single hit and the AI kind of likes doing it randomly, it's basically going to have like 1 big random hit of true damage, whereas you actually get to target it. Whereas in Sea of Sorrows, yours true damage is random, and the enemy's true damage is random. But the enemy's true damage is pretty much random anyways, even if it's using a targetable ability for the most part. So in that situation, you're at more of a disadvantage. But in something like the new faction that's coming out next, you have a little bit more of an advantage, since you have the targeting advantage of putting it exactly where is most optimal. Yeah, Feral has Bone Storm. Yeah, I forgot about that. Because I used to use that with Yagwe and everything. But that's the closest you have to doing any amount of extra skulls. So I guess I was right in that there was something. We used to use Feral a lot, but I don't use it anymore in Bounty Hunter. It was good if you were using it like with Yagwe. It's insanely good synergy. But ever since I started doing 4 times Bounty Hunter troops, it's not really worth it because it shares exact color overlap with what's his name? With Tigraki. And due to that reason, you don't really tend to use it if you're using Tigraki. Like before you could, because you'd get so much better value out of Yagwe in that situation. But if you're using Tigraki, you essentially never run Feral Hound. They just don't really synergize together. But yeah, it's better than nothing if you're looking for skulls during it. It's not really advised to go extremely skull heavy into that game mode though. But if you're running like Mang or something as your other option, I guess you could run Feral Hound, even though it has the same color overlap, similar to the Tigraki issue. It wouldn't matter as much because you're mostly using it for its Storm more so than anything in that particular situation. It ends up working out pretty well. But anyways, guys, I'm going to be wrapping up for now. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. We will be back tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is about a little over 7 hours from now. We'll be doing, obviously, Guild Wars, as well as prepping probably for the weekend Guild Wars. And then probably just getting a little bit more hero class levelage. Also need to go farming gold because our gold has been pretty low lately, as you can tell by our only 1.5 million that we have sitting there. But next weekend's Vault event, so we'll be able to get a lot more resources then as well and grind it up like crazy. But anyways, guys, best of luck with Bounty Hunter. We'll be back, as I mentioned, about 7 hours from now, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Next Animal Crossing stream will be tomorrow, probably around 10 or noonish, somewhere around there. And other than that, yeah, let's go from there. And then, of course, Sunday we'll go over all the spoilers for next week. Monday we'll have all the new event stuff. And then we'll just kind of go from there. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for stopping by. It's greatly appreciated. Make sure to stay safe out there if you're going out at all. Otherwise, do good social distancing. And other than that, I hope you all stay safe and have a wonderful weekend. Feel free to leave a like on the videos. It helps out a lot. And I will catch you guys very soon. Goodbye, everyone. And thank you so much for stopping by.